nice shower, and now it's time to get cooking for dinner. So tonight what we're gonna make is probably my favorite style of making tortilla soup. So the only difference is I put kale in mine, and I've already shredded chicken. I made this already for the kids for lunch, so now we're gonna throw it into our tortilla soup. So I just have some black beans, some diced tomatoes and green chili. This is a 28 ounces of diced tomatoes in the juice. You're gonna need that to make your soup. And then some whole canola corn, a lime, an avocado, and then we're gonna use these to make our tortilla strips, which is actually a really easy recipe. And then I also am gonna be using some garlic and onions that I already have chopped up ready to go, and some olive oil, and you're also gonna need some chicken stock. So in a nice big pot, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil and my diced up onions and my garlic, and kind of let that stew for a good 5 to 10 minutes while I am going to chop up our tortilla strips. So you can do these any way. This is literally how you could make your own tortilla chips, but I'm gonna dice mine up, make them long, and kind of make them a little more fun this way. So while our tortilla soup is cooking, I'm just gonna be rotating this through a pan with some canola oil.
I'll try my best to always be there, and
While the oil's getting hot, I'm gonna throw some sweet potatoes in for the kids who are gonna have burgers, and I'm gonna, once the oil's hot, you can always test it with one tiny strip, and then when you see it sizzle, that's when you know it's ready. I keep it on a pretty medium heat so it never burns, since I'm gonna be doing about 5 batches, and just kind of lay them in there, let them start to get a little bit golden brown, flip them, and then I like to use a plate with just, you can either use a paper towel, like a kitchen towel, and actually just let the oil kind of sop into that, and then lightly dust them with salt.
selfish and made you believe that you're not good enough, but you're all I need. I take you places that you've never been. I would give you the world if you let me try again. Yeah, just give me one more chance, I swear.
Once your onions have stewed down, go ahead and add your tomatoes. You're gonna add your corn, and you're gonna add your beans, and slowly bring all of that up together in kind of a little bit of a boil, and then add your chicken. Once you have everything well combined, then we're gonna add our chicken stock.
Don't know what to do if you go. I just don't know what to do if you go.
So seasoning is my favorite part. I'm going to be using some cumin in this. It is like one of my favorite seasonings to use, and then just a regular chili seasoning. I got this at Trader Joe's. It's absolutely awesome. This is kid friendly, but prior to serving this, I'm going to add a little cayenne pepper. So another fun thing, I added a little bit of kale to the canola oil. I think that'll be really fun and crunchy. It actually ends up looking beautiful, and it tastes amazing. The kids loved it. I need to start making my own kale chips. So while our soup is cooking, I'm going to start preparing the kids' burgers. I just do like a really great, this is an awesome seasoning that I love. I'll link it down below. It's like the most incredible seasoning. It actually pairs with wine, which is not for the children, but the flavor is amazing. So I'm going to be making little burgers for them, and then my daughter is a vegetarian, so I'll be making her a little grilled cheese sandwich. I also love using brioche bread, which I find at Whole Foods, which is like really amazing and soft and fluffy and just like the best bread ever.
When we were younger, we used to sit on the grass among the flowers. We just let the days pass by. People would tell us to get a grip of ourselves and get a job. We didn't care what we were told, 'cause when we were younger, We used to sit on the grass and go, damn, I don't wanna grow old. I wish I could turn back time. Stay up all night singing songs on the terrace. We didn't mind sitting out in the cold. It was impossible to make us embarrassed. We were free. Do you remember stealing smokes from your parents? Sometimes we got a bit out of control. When they found out we ran from home just to scare them, we were free. When we were 17.
Now that I have all the kids' dinner ready, my soup is almost ready, I'm going to chop up some apples. I think I've mentioned this in a couple other videos, but I do a lot of compartmentalizing with the kids' food so that they know exactly what they need to finish in order to get dessert. So I add a little bit of green, a little bit of apple, or sometimes we do different vegetables, different fruits, but I will separate it on the plate so they know exactly what they need to eat. I think most people do this, but like I'll do 3 apples and then, a handful of these and say, okay, you don't have to finish all of your fries, but you need to at least eat 4 or 6 of them. This really helps our kids eat. I don't know about you guys, but my kids, I struggle getting them to finish their dinner or like everything. So we've just been doing it this way, and it seems to be working for them, and it definitely works for me.
Sitting out in the cold. It wasn't possible to make us embarrassed. We were free. Do you remember stealing smokes from your parents?
This smells so amazing. So one of the tricks I love is to add the kale to this right before you're about to serve it. That way it stays nice and green and crunchy. Otherwise it'll get kind of soupy and really loose, and I don't like that. This is a really great part to like add a little bit of crunchiness. Typically you would add tortillas and add it in here, but instead of doing that, I like to add the kale to create like a little bit of crunchiness, and then I'll put some of our tortilla strips on top of this. So mix that all up. We're going to put it in a bowl, and then I'll show you how I garnish it.
When we were younger, we used to sit on the grass and go, damn, I don't wanna grow old. Stay up all night singing songs on the terrace. We didn't mind sitting out in the cold. It wasn't possible to make us embarrassed. We were free. Do you remember stealing smokes from your parents?
So to garnish this, I'm going to add half of an avocado. I'm going to tuck in our crunchy tortilla strips and some of that fried kale, which is so good. I have got to start making my own. And then one of the tricks that I really like to use with this is I will zest a little bit of the lime rind on top, and it really just creates this really fresh brightness to the tortilla soup, and it's really good. You can also add a little bit of sour cream if you want, and I also had some green onions that I ended up adding a little bit later. But I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes and a little day in the life of what I had going on this particular day, and I cannot wait. I have so many videos that I will be posting coming up, so if you're new, please definitely subscribe, and if you are a returning girl, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Singing songs on the terrace. We didn't mind sitting out in the cold. It wasn't possible to make us embarrassed. We were free.